Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today it is not gonna be a guide video. It is more of a complaint video on this game. Okay, I'm not leaving this game, but there is certain something which happened which highly do not like about it. How much do I hate that I am making a video about it? Okay, let me explain. So if we go back to this story arc, okay, and then if we go to this Nagazoro section, I think, yeah, this one, the Thunders over Nagazoro. So if you guys have played this version, which like I did, then obviously it is a sad part of the game. Like everything about it was sad, but uh, they could have just separated for a certain period of while. Okay, instead of just getting separated, Kiana put up a unnecessary fight with Raiden Mei, and they had an unnecessary fight. Okay, so story wise, one might say, well, that fight was necessary. Some will say necessary, and some will say no, it wasn't necessary for them to fight at all. Like they knew what they were doing, just let them do what they were doing. Some would say that. Okay, now story wise, we know that the author is the main reason why it happens. Okay, now obviously afterwards a lot more chapter came, with a lot more chapter, with a lot more harshers were introduced. Okay, now obviously when a character which is also considered as a harsher class character or battlesuit which has been added to the game, people actually gotten those character, let's say within 6 months, or let's say 1 year, and afterwards it was every 6 months a new harsher character was introduced. Okay, so that's basically how this game goes. Like if you want to get a certain harsher character, it is guaranteed after every 6 months you will get a new harsher character. Now other than that, in this new current version of the game, which is from this chapter here, okay, from this chapter what has happened is a lot more harsher has been added to the game. Okay, at first it was the harsher of truth. Okay, it was harsher of truth. Where is it? Here it is, harsher of truth. And I thought, okay, I already have a very good support class character in the game. I have no need for this character. But afterwards, I saw that there was one thing here, okay, and that is this symbol. So this symbol is a representation of imaginary type. Okay, now when I also saw the same symbol on this character here, okay, also an imaginary type who is also an essential level of harsher, and the same thing here as well, an imaginary type with an essential eh, level of harsher. Okay, I then realized that what the game company was trying to do. What I am trying to say is every time a new harsher was introduced, it had a good story, a long story, and an important part of the story which had been added to the game, which made the game story wise and gameplay wise both interesting. Okay, but this version 6.3 and 6.4, they added three essential level of harsher, essential as in an improved version of those harsher, so fast that I decided not to get them. Okay, now you might be wondering, then why do I have Raiden May? I gotten Raiden May for free, but after getting this character for free, I realized that I actually don't want to upgrade this character. Okay, in case if you're wondering, then why is it level 80? Well, it's just thing that I just did. for that moment, but afterwards I realized I will never use this character. So what am I trying to say? I am trying to say is, out of all of the time I have played this game, there were versions where the story wasn't good, but I still played the game. And there were instances where the some of the game functions were not good, but the story were good. But this time, the they basically fast forwarded or rushed the story so fast regarding these three Harshers, okay, that it feels like they are just trying to end the game as fast as possible, which is not gonna be happening because a lot more stuff is gonna be happening in this one game, like third game. Like this game is gonna stay active for another few more years, even after the main story ends. The secondary story is called after Post Honkai Odyssey. That one is gonna become the mainstream after this one ends. So obviously this game is not gonna die that easily. It's gonna stay active for a few more years. But the fact that the company decided to release three Harsher class character within a matter of few 1 or 2 months really tells that the author of this game is basically now going towards the money, and the quality of the story is going to be dropping. The fact that the quality of the story of this game was good and now it is dropping as a berry from the tree, like if you shake the tree, a lot of berries are going to be falling. If the story quality becomes like that, then any of the character which are going to be coming out from those stories are almost as useless. Because for my case is because I don't want to use a character which is just overpowered, but according to the story there was almost no improvement, mentally struggle wise or physical struggle wise. Okay, that's exactly what happened with these Harsher of Truth, Harsher of Harsher of Origin, Harsher of Truth, Harsher of Origin, and Harsher of Finality. These three characters were introduced so poorly to the story that I decided not to play these three characters. Even if I were to get these characters in the future by mistake, I will still never be using these three characters. Okay, like that much I hate what the developer of this game did. Another example would be, let's say, this one here. So, uh, maybe somewhere around the last cycle, I was playing, and as I was playing, I eventually saw that the most recommended character that was in used were those three new Harshers. Okay, so I realized that maybe Kevin was gonna be an imaginary type, so they basically made these three characters imaginary type as well. Maybe I do not know. All I know that story wise, it is good quality story. Like uh, like I have seen so many anime, and I know that suddenly making everyone powerful is just a stupid way of writing a story. A good story basically tells of how each one struggles at their own pace. Only then they can catch up to others, and that is different from where they all are in the same place and they all struggle together and they all become best at the same time. That just doesn't happen. It removes the concept of immersion from the story to the point that the story becomes dull. Now, I know that many of you people will not agree to what I say, but for those who understand what I'm saying, you will be able to understand that what I'm saying is actually not false either. For some people, it is 50%. For 50% people who will be watching this video, they are going to be saying that what I'm saying is true. And for the rest of the other 50% of people who will be watching this video are going to say that I complain way too much, just enjoy the game. Yes, I still enjoy the game, but the three Harshers which has been recently added to the game, I don't think I will be enjoying those three characters at all, even in the future. Okay. So if you think that my video of this topic is bad, then don't watch it. If I were to make something like this in the future again. But if you think that my perspective of story and the game is saying that yes, they were extremely rushed to the point that it almost become meaningless, then yes, if you enjoy this type of thing, then obviously I'll say that please watch more of this type of sudden, what should I say, ranting of this video in the future. Okay. So if you think this video will be able to help you understand why some of you might feel that the story has been rushed little bit, or why three harshes has been added to the game so suddenly, then this video will be able to help you understand why you are feeling like that. For example, at first I thought, am I feeling jealousy or am I feeling angry? I had to question myself. Am I feeling jealousy or am I feeling angry? Afterwards, I realized it wasn't jealousy. Like, I can get this character within 10 or 20 pulls. No problem with that. I have that amount of luck in this account. Okay. Despite that, I still haven't do it. That is because why should I do it when these characters are so overpowered? That is point number one. And point number two is after being overpowered, they are introduced to the game so suddenly within a matter of two versions. Okay. So I'll be ending my video here and hope to see you again next time. Okay.